students. We have a very busy and exciting program tonight. Hopefully you all had a chance to enjoy the Festival of the Arts and see all the exhibits and hopefully cast your votes as well. You have until 10 o'clock to do so if you haven't done so. Okay, everyone, and we will stand, please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. We'll be celebrating our district and our students and our personnel throughout the night. So it is a positive night. We'll be starting off with the Champions of Change recognition, which is, I think everyone will be impressed and appreciative of living in South Huntington. And so it's a great way to start the meeting. But before that, I must ask for a moment of silence. Obviously, the events of the weekend were tragic and horrible and hateful. And we lost 10 residents of the state of New York over this weekend, which is the reason why our flags are lowered. And ask that everyone please give a moment of silence for the people who lost their lives in Buffalo. Thank you. Okay, we will turn it over now to our superintendent, Dr. D'Elia, who is going to introduce the Champion of Change recognition.
Good evening, everyone. Before I introduce our guests, I would like to thank all of the performers in the Festival of Arts, all the students that displayed their artwork. It was absolutely incredible. What a positive feeling out there in the courtyard and in the cafeteria. So I just want to take a moment to, because I'm not sure how many of the students are here, but to acknowledge their fine work this afternoon. That was incredible. Okay, my understanding is South Huntington is receiving an award tonight that is not given out too often. And so we are very appreciative of Catherine Romano, who's here from the New York State School Boards Association, who will discuss the Champions of Change banner. Catherine?
Good evening, everyone, and I know you have a packed agenda, so I will be swift and let you know that no, I'm not from Albany. I actually live on the island. I am a board member, like these great volunteers up here. We get paid a whole lot of money, zero, to do what we do. I sit as a representative of all of the school board trustees in Albany, in the New York State School Boards Association, which is our training and support organization for school board trustees. Our staff has a media crew. We do produce our own newsletter and newspaper, actually, that's highly recognized. And part of what we do is we have an awards committee. The awards committee convenes 4 times a year. Now you can imagine what that was like during COVID when nobody was meeting anywhere. So the Champions for Change Award is awarded 4 times a year. What the staff does is really look through news articles, gets a little bit of briefings from some of us around the counties, and we try to find notable, supportive of education programs, either those that are sponsored by corporations, those that are generated within the school district, or those that are generated through our students. I've only given one other of these on Long Island, so you are number 2, which is a great honor. The reason you're getting the Champions for Change is something that the board and the staff committed to, and in an economic manner as well. You were the first district on Suffolk County to have, and I'm going to ask you to correct my pronunciation, anonymage table. How'd I do? Good. Hooked on phonics. The table is a virtual scan of a body that can be laid flat or vertical. It was covered in Newsday in, I want to say November of 2020, 21, something like that. Yeah. And that helps with dissection, it helps with anatomy and physiology, it would help anyone who is interested in being a doctor or a physical therapist. And I hear from the staff also, it's used for animal science as well. So, no more formaldehyde. Yes! This award is being presented on behalf of the President of New York State School Boards, Peggy Zuckerby, and the Executive Director, Bob Schneider. And it recognizes South Huntington School District as a champion for change for the virtual dissection technology initiative. And that's both the tables themselves as well as the willingness to create new curricula, new courses, and new opportunities for students. You're the first. And I know that Comac was biting at their heels, I think, after you, but you are the first. So, we want to thank your superintendent and your board trustees, and if you would like to have a picture, the banner is yours to hang wherever you find is a place of honor. But really, across the state, no one is as innovative. And you should be very proud of where you live. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I want to thank the School Board Association for recognizing our district. This banner will hang in our leadership conference room, and it will serve as inspiration for our board and our administration to continue to find ways to innovate. We began this project several years ago when we were amazed at the potential of these tables to make learning more interesting and practicable. The purchase of the tables alone would have improved the student learning experience, but the decision to couple the purchase with the renovation and transformation of our high school forum into a world-class college-level facility made this initiative truly transformational. I want to thank the board for agreeing to fund the investment, as well as recognize the role that Deputy Superintendent Dr. Sophomore played in securing the funding and overseeing the makeover of the space, and also recognize Assistant Superintendent Dr. John Murphy, who helped develop the curriculum at the Big Ben that utilizes this wonderful technology. This is a special and important night for South Huntington. Thank you once again to the New York State School Board Association. Okay. The next part of our agenda is to recognize those that are getting tenure this year. It's a grueling process over 4 years, and the Board of Education takes the process extremely seriously, and I will turn it over to Dr. Sophomore to make the presentation.
Thank you, Mrs. Ciapetta, and congratulations to our Board of Education and to our district on this wonderful recognition in terms of being the champions of change. So it's the perfect introduction to this evening because we segue from the champions of change to the champions of charge. Those in charge of the most precious resource we have on this planet, our children. And we begin with the recognition of those staff who have earned tenure, and then from there we'll segue into the recognition of those who are retiring. So good evening. On behalf of our Board of Education, our Superintendent Dr. D'Elia, and our administration, I now have the great pleasure of recognizing South Huntington's employees who have earned tenure, as well as those who will be retiring after many years of greatly appreciated service to our community. Our Executive Director for Personnel, Mr. Eddie Smith, cannot be here tonight, but he sends his heartfelt congratulations to all. I will start with tenure recognition for those administrators and teachers who have successfully completed their probationary period and have been granted tenure. The granting of tenure demonstrates the district's commitment to each individual, and it is a celebration of their professional growth as well as the induction process. It is not a finish line, but certainly a significant step towards a long and wonderful journey. I'd like to thank our supervisors and our mentor coordinators, as well as to all those who served in any type of mentoring capacity who have shared their wisdom. When I call your name, please stand and remain standing. We will start with our school administrators. From the James Caden Administrative Offices, Mary Jean Hahn, Supervisor of Data and Team Initiatives. From Walt Whitman High School, Corey Blair. From Countrywood Primary Center, Mitch Levy, the principal. From Birchwood Intermediate School, Tom Keogh, the And now for our teachers in the trenches. From Countrywood Primary Center, Brooke Bronson, Teacher Primary. From Oakwood Primary Center, Daniela Cavalieri, speech and language. From Birchwood Intermediate School, Romina Bryceman, elementary. From Maplewood Intermediate School, Robert Brewer, elementary. From our Silencewoods 6th Grade Center, Mason Burgess, Special Education. Matthew Loria, Physical Education. Carissa Antonio, Elementary. From Henry L. Stimson Middle School, Monica Antonelli, Mathematics. From your Walt Whitman High School, Angela Biancamano. Marissa Casaro, Mathematics. Nicole Costanza. Brianna DeResta, Special Education. Jamie Ruiz Navarrete, Science. Michael Paddle, Physical Education. Congratulations on your tenure. We wish you, on behalf of our students and community, a long and successful career.
Everyone that received tenure tonight. Your journey began in our district either 3 or 4 years ago, and it's going to continue for many more years to come. We know that you love being here, and we're so proud of you. Congratulations once again. We look forward to many, many more great years together. So with that, now we kind of move to the other side. We move to the people who have spent their entire careers with South Huntington and whose journey ends today. But that doesn't mean that they won't be on our hearts going forward, because once a Wildcat, always a Wildcat. So we're going to recognize some very special people. And we'll turn it over to Dr. Sophomore again for our instructional retirees.
Thank you, Mr. Ciapetta. But you know what's good is that we know where they all live. So we need them. We know where we can find them. So now, gives me great pleasure to segue into the next part of tonight's celebration. Earlier I talked about wishing people a long and successful career. Well, speaking of a long and successful career, tonight we are celebrating those individuals who have served our students and community for many, many wonderful years. I'd like to ask our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. D'Elia, our Board President, Mr. Ciapetta, and our Board Vice President, Ms. Carey, to please join me up at the podium. When I call your name, we will begin with our teachers. When I call your name, I ask that you come up and accept your acknowledgement, your recognition, and we have some parting gifts for you as well, I understand. Courtesy of, some of these parting gifts, courtesy of our Executive Director, Mr. Edwin Smith. Nice beach towel and sunglasses. Not that we want you to rub it in, but you've earned it. But you've earned it. And then we're going to ask you to please remain. Where should we have them stand so we can do a group shot of the? Let's ask our Joe. Absolutely. Then we'll do a nice group shot with our teachers, and then we'll get into our incredible support staff. So. Batting leadoff for your Wildcats. Unfortunately, the shredding machine wasn't working that day, and we had to accept all these retirement spots. And now, 35 years of service, Tenure Recognition. And now, 34 years of service, Lisa This is unable to attend tonight, but we send our well wishes. And now, with 33 years of service, Simone DeRoche. Simone is unable to attend, we send our well wishes. With 22 years of service, Patricia Wheaton. Yeah. And now, 21 years of service, Christine Stewart. 36 years of service, Patrice Fitzgerald. Patrice can't make it this evening, we send our well wishes. 33 years of service, Brenda Mayo. Brenda can't make it tonight, we send our well wishes. 32 years of service, Sean can't join us tonight, we send our well wishes. 36 years of service, Gail Shapiro! Gail was hoping to try to make it, but she is not able to, so we send our well wishes. 21 years of service, Dr. John Ochoa! 21 years of service, Stephanie Dignell! 20 years of service, Virginia Stabile! 29 years of service, Helen Vespucci! Helen is unable to attend, we send our well wishes. 31 years of service, well wishes. 26 years of service. David cannot attend, we send him our well wishes. Our educators have been a pillar for our students and community, especially throughout the pandemic. The administrators and teachers we have recognized tonight have over 500 years of outstanding combined service to South Huntington. The district's current foundation of academic excellence will forever be a part of your legacy. There is no substitute for experience, but guess what? I put all your names on the agenda, so you'll be substitute teachers for next year. There is no substitute for experience, especially of this magnitude, but you have led the way and modeled the best practice for the next generation. All those get tenure tonight? For the next generation to take the baton and continue the mission. With great appreciation, we now recognize them all. chance to recognize several of them. We begin with our retirees from our schools and our transportation center. The unsung heroes of our community who stood by our teachers and students throughout the pandemic and provided vital instructional and operational support. The support staff being recognized tonight have over 750 years of dedicated combined service to South Huntington. Here too is a great appreciation that we now recognize them. When I call your name, please come up to accept your recognition, appreciation, and some parting gifts. Belinda Pezankowski! 19 years of service. Belinda, unfortunately, can't join us tonight. We send her our well wishes. Bonnie Zupkos, 26 years of service. Bonnie can't make it this evening. We send our well wishes. Donna Ivey, 15 years of service, Catherine Moss! Catherine's unable to join us. We send our well wishes. 19 years of service, Michelle Proposa Wilson. Michelle's unable to join us. We send our well wishes. 34 years of service, John Netto. 30 years of service, Angel Malatin. Angel's unable to join us tonight. We send our well wishes. 26 years of service. 36 years of service, Patricia Dowd! Years of service, Mary Romero! Mary could not join us this evening. We send our well wishes. 22 years of service, Geraldine Farrell! 26 years of service, Marion Letter! Marion couldn't join us. We send our well wishes. 34 years of service, Sean McAvoy! Sean couldn't join us. We send our well wishes. 17 years of service, Jamila Fakir. 26 years of service to Risa McCall-Schlitz. Teresa could not make it, we send our well wishes. 18 years of service, Pearl Haney. Pearl couldn't make it, we send our well wishes. 20 years of service, Josette Cypress. Josette couldn't make it, we send our well wishes. How about a nice round of applause for our school support staff and people from our transportation center. And now we shift to the support staff from our James Caden administrative offices, the people who on a daily basis have to put up with my sense of humor. Truly deserving of recognition this evening.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
With 33 years of service, Leona Dillon. Leona could not make it, we send our well wishes. With 32 years of service, we'll add the suspense. Why the pause? With 22 years of service, with 31 years of service, Denise DeLeese. With 20 years of service, Kathy Nearagis. with 28 years of service and the patience of a saint working in my office, Citizenship Awards. With 30 years of with 26 years of service.
No kidding. With 29 years of service, the true Wizard of Oz behind the art and music, Jackie Paterno!
You guys all. Yeah. He's gonna start a book. You should. I feel like mom's ready. Okay.
With 31 years of service, my friend and yours every other Friday, from payroll, Danny Spurs! With 17 years of service, awaiting sainthood at the Vatican for being my assistant, Karen Voltazio! And now I'd like to introduce our board president, Mr. Ciapetta, for a special recognition.
Seems like everyone in district office retired, but we still do have some administrative staff, and we have great staff, but we've lost a lot of great people tonight who are leaving our family, but we will always miss them and treasure their time with us. We have one final person, and I'm going to say a few more words on her because she's special to everybody in district office, and particularly special to the Board of Education. First of all, I want to congratulate all of our special retirees. Each of you are responsible for promoting the South Huntington culture, and each of you have played an important role in establishing our district as one of the finest on Long Island. Please remember, while you may not be in our schools on a daily basis, you will always remain part of our South Huntington family. As I said earlier, once a Wildcat, always a Wildcat. So this last person is someone who loves South Huntington with every fiber of her being. Someone with an impeccable work ethic, someone with incomparable integrity, and someone who is supremely dedicated and takes immense pride in her craft. Laura Mclean began her career in South Huntington in 1992 as a part-time clerk typist with the school lunch program. In 1994, she became a full-time stenographer, in student services. In 2002, she was appointed as the principal stenographer for the Assistant Superintendent of Personnel. And then in 2012, she was appointed Deputy District Clerk in the Office of the School Superintendent. And then finally, in January of 2015, she became District Clerk and Secretary to the Board of Education. When Laura first told me she was retiring, my response was a little selfish. I said, what are we going to do without her? And how are we going to replace such a perfect person and employee? But then when I stepped back and thought about it, I realized how wonderful this is for her, as she'll have more time for her beloved husband, children, and grandchildren. There are employees who you check their eligibility for retirement and you hope it's many years off in the future, because you don't want to contemplate life without them. Laura Mclean has always been this type of employee. Certain words, if you know Laura, I think best describe her. Meticulous, perfectionist, punctual, dependable, loyal, confidential, and confidant. And there is one word that I think ties all of these together, and it's responsible for her success, and that's caring. There are also two terms that show how valued Laura is. I've often referred to her as an extra cabinet member and an 8th school board member. And when I run an idea by her, I like to get her thoughts first, and if she tells me no, that's the end of the discussion. It means no, and the idea is over. Over the years, Laura has helped us with so many things. She shepherded us through the Vision 2020 bond initiative, a once-in-a-generation pandemic, endless special board meetings, a superintendent search process, and countless other crises and tasks. Soon enough, Laura will no longer have to plan her life around the Board of Education meeting schedule. And soon enough, she will not have to worry about our dinner orders, or whether the food showed up on time, or whether everyone got the correct order, or how the food tasted. But please know that the pride that you took in even the most mundane of tasks was appreciated, and your dedication and warm personality will not soon be forgotten. And please know that the impact that you made on our schools, community, and every person who was lucky enough to be in your presence will last a lifetime. Now, over the years, she's helped me present some tokens to everyone of appreciation, and whether it's an Eagle Scout ceremony, or a special retirement, or a special student, I always say, Laura, I think this person deserves a key to the school district. And she would say, I agree. And she would make sure that the key was delivered to the podium for me to deliver it. Well, this time I had to find the key myself with some assistance. And tonight I am proud to present her with her very own key to the school district for everything that she's done for us.
How about a nice round of applause for our JKL? Yeah, give another round of applause. Go ahead.
So it's truly an honor tonight to MC on behalf of our Executive Director of Personnel, Edwin Smith. I want to thank him for all the work he put into this, as well as the entire Personnel Office with Joanne Padilla, our Public Relations Department with Tom Cervola and Liz DeMonte. A tremendous amount of work and effort went into this. Once again, I'd like to congratulate all of our honorees and wish everyone good health, happiness, and success. And to our retirees, especially enjoy those beach towels and sunglasses, although I'm not going to look at it on Facebook or Instagram because, especially around the Labor Day when everybody else is gearing up. Thank you. Have a wonderful evening. And now we're going to segue from honoring the very special people, adults who make things happen, to the greatest kids on earth here in South Huntington. The leaders of tomorrow. I'll hand this back over to our board president, Mr. Ciapetta. Thank you and have a wonderful evening.
Thank you, Senator. Thank you so much. Congratulations once again to our honorees, our tenure recognition and our retirement, and we turn our attention now to our bread and butter, our cherished students, with some very special recognitions. We'll be honoring our seniors throughout the rest of the school year in many ceremonies. I'd like to turn it over to our Waltwater High School principal, Mr. Ken Costa.
Thank you, Mr. Ciapetta. As they're exiting the PAC, I'd like to wish all our retirees and our newly tenured staff congratulations and all well wishes. For our newly tenured staff, me personally, I know in high school, we are looking forward to many great years with all of you as our teachers, educating our children, and our students that are here tonight, are definitely appreciative of all the work you have done, so thank you. I'd like to say good evening, Mr. Ciapetta, Board of Education and Trustees, Dr. Delia's Cabinet, distinguished guests, family, and friends. Before I begin, I'd like to thank Mr. Blair, Ms. Bauer, and Ms. Genovese for orchestrating tonight's program, honoring our seniors. This is a special evening where we have an opportunity to recognize the accomplishments of many of our graduating seniors, who can say their legacy truly began here at Walt Whitman High School. We are so proud of our students, many accomplishments they have, and a desire to give back to the community that has given them so much. Tonight we honor those students who, through their efforts and talents, earned these special awards. I congratulate all of you for your many accomplishments. And remember, and Mr. Ciapetta stole my words this evening, once a wildcat, always a wildcat. Thank you, Jake. Spoken from one wildcat to another, I congratulate each and every one of you. And I can honestly say, I am proud to call myself your principal this year. Thank you for an amazing year. Congratulations to all of you. So without further ado, I would like to call Mr. Blair to the podium and we'll begin tonight's presentations. Go ahead, Jake.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Costa, and thank you, Mr. Ciapetta, Board of Education, Dr. Delia, and Cabinet. Whitman seniors, if you are sitting in the audience tonight, that means within the last 4 years here at Whitman, a faculty or staff member has taken note of your kindness, your thoughtfulness, your academics, your attendance, and most of all, you making a difference here at Walt Whitman, which is why we celebrate you tonight. Try your hardest at always trying to be the better person in life, and you will always achieve success each and every day. Money is great, and will come and go, but the award that you are about to receive momentarily will have a lasting memory that you'll be able to share with your loved ones in the future. So we're going to invite Staff Sergeant Harrogate up to the podium to present the first award for this evening.
How's it going, Wildcats? How we doing? Mr. Pieta, Mr. Costa, Mr. Blair, I want to appreciate the opportunity. Thank you for being here to honor these great students. My name is Staff Sergeant Hargett. I'm the Armed Forces Career Counselor for the United States Army for Suffolk County. And today here at Walt Whitman High School, I would like to continue what has been an important tradition by presenting the United States Army National Scholar Athlete Award to two of this school's students. These two students who the Army honored this year have achieved the winning combination, excellence in both academics and athletics. They have achieved a balance that not many people aspire to, but a handful achieve. I'm happy to be here to give these students special recognition for their accomplishments. The United States Army National Scholarship Award, Scholar Athlete Award was created in 1981 by the United States Army to honor top-tier students. Less than 200,000 students over the past 40 years have received this award. So today, recipients will be joining a long list of distinguished scholar athletes. Students are team captains, debate champions, student officers, community leaders, and Olympic athletes. Students have put forth an extra effort to be Army strong. I am proud to have this opportunity to honor the two the nation's finest young people right here at Walt Whitman High School. So without further ado, let's give a round of applause to this year's Army National Scholar Athlete Awards, Gianna Paul and Nicholas Patani. We'll fix it in post. We'll fix it in post.
All right, next up we have the Marines Awards. Sergeant Mantos, unfortunately, was unable to be here this evening, but I'm here to present the awards. First award for music is Kira Steffen. We also have the Academic Award, which is going to be awarded to Owen Connolly. Distinguished Athlete, Andrew Diaz-Luna and Bethany Elmitsky. Okay, next we're going to have Suffolk Legislator Tom Donnelly and Assistant Karen Clatter. She's going to be giving the Citizenship Award.
Thank you, good evening. Tom couldn't be here tonight. He's at the monthly meeting out in Hop Hog, which is going a little bit late. So it is really my privilege to be here on his behalf. He wanted me to thank school administrators, district personnel, parents, teachers, everybody who's really made a difference in the community and these kids' lives for all you do. And showing these kids that all these people here tonight are rock stars, because they really were treated like the rock stars they were, so it was really beautiful to witness it. So it really is a privilege for me to be here tonight to present the Citizenship Award on tonight, where everybody who's turned 18 since November 4th got to do their first responsibility as a citizen, hopefully, and that was come out and vote today for the school board. So all of you that turned 18 since November 4th, I hope you did get out and vote today and enjoy that special privilege, which you'll enjoy, and we hope you'll do for the rest of your life. So what makes a good citizen? This is what we were brainstorming in our office. Tom came up with this list. He wants me to read this to you. Someone who shows honesty, integrity, responsibility, respectfulness, compassion, kindness, tolerance, courtesy, self-discipline, moral courage, and love of justice. And I think the most beautiful thing about this award is that this is selected by your school administrators. So these are amongst all the outstanding students who walk the halls. These are the ones that they've selected that really stand out. And even more interesting, this is an award we've been giving out for years from Legislator Donnelly, and this year we were called and said, can you give a second award? Because we have 2 students that are deserving of the Citizenship Award. So it's really a treat for me to be here tonight. I'm going to call them up in alphabetical order, one at a time. First, Judith Anest. Judith couldn't be here tonight, but I'm sure, as the administrator said, she's enjoying herself tonight. So, the other one is Owen Connolly. And Owen we've met before. Tom's had an opportunity to honor him before for Boys and Girls State, and it's really a privilege to be here on behalf of Tom Donnelly. Thank you so much.
The next award that we're going to be presenting is the New York State Senate Youth Leadership Recognition Award. And those individuals that will be receiving the award tonight are Kira Grace Conlon, Victoria Rose Isarnia, Adriana Turan Villamar. Congratulations.
Our next award is going to be the Congressional Certificate of Merit from Congressman Schwarz's office. This year's recipient, unfortunately, is not able to be here this evening. Not be here this evening. And it's Maximilian Boise. I stand corrected. Maximilian is here. The next award are citations for our valedictorian salutatorian from Congressman Schwarz's office. These 2 young men are some of the finest individuals I had an opportunity to meet this year. Their academic accolades go beyond compare. The dedication, the desire to be the best, and the degree of humbleness that they show every single day truly demonstrates what kind of people they are. men of character, and men of great vision. These two young men are going to do great and wonderful things and represent South Huntington for many, many, many years to come. I'll just start off by welcoming our valedictorian, Mr. Joshua Alms. He attended Duke University. And Mr. Ryan Rowe, our salutatorian, this fall. I'll definitely say that our recipients this year are very tall and high on character. Sophomore. Our New York State Comptroller Student Achievement Award. This award is presented each year to students who promote the ideals of public service among the leaders of tomorrow. Students being acknowledged this evening have shown their academic excellence and leadership through involvement in activities that have shaped South Huntington into what it has become. This year's recipients of the New York State Comptroller's Achievement Award is Anaya Nicholson, Amanda Esposito, and Salma Baraki. Now I call Mr. Balamos to the podium.
Good evening. So the New York State CCC Award comes out of the Attorney General's office every year. The program recognizes courage, character, and commitment of New York State's outstanding students. So this year, the Attorney General is honored to have the opportunity to recognize New York students, whether it be academic success, community service, peer leadership, or overcoming personal obstacles. This year's CCC Award winners, Haley Caserta, and Jennifer Valori. Okay, the next two awards are given for community service, and this has been most important in recent times. COVID did a lot to our students not being able to get out there and do the kind of community service that we're used to them doing and that they're used to doing for themselves. However, we still have a great group that have gotten their community service hours. Of course, we're going to honor the Presidential Community Service Gold Award. These students have achieved over 250 hours of community service. Gabrielle Balsano. Natalie Balsano. Amanda Esposito. Diana Salazar. Daniel McGowan. Vincent Muller. Next is the Principal's Volunteer Service Award. Again, this award during COVID times was lowered from 500 hours to 250. But guess what? We found 2 kids who had over 500 hours of community service. Honoring and receiving the Principal's Volunteer Service Awards this year, Brianna Conroy. Noah Ramos. Okay, Perfect Attendance Awards, 9th through 12th grade. Now, Dr. Murphy and I used to joke, like, this is the worst award that you don't want the kids not to be here for, okay? But I thought of it differently, Dr. Murphy. So these kids are committed to everything they do, so they're attending all their other pursuits right now. That's why they're not here, okay? But let's see, hopefully they're all here. Perfect attendance, 9th through 12th grade, Benjamin Bianco. Told you. Ira Dubé. Alyssa Catwala. Violet LeClaire. Ashley McGee. Thomas Silverman. Ashley Was. Okay, our last award, honoring our seniors tonight, this comes from Steve Stern's office, the New York State Assembly citation. There was no one here this evening, right? That's why I'm doing this, because no one came up? Okay, they're all in Albany, okay. So, Waltwater High School, Class of 22, Overcoming Obstacles Award, Dominic Pastori. And Serena Vettel. So in closing, this is just the start of a whirlwind tour, so to speak, for our class of 2022. Our Principal's Last ceremony comes up on May 24th, the Michael Curtin Awards on the 31st, the PTA Council honors seniors with scholarships awards on the June 6th, and our Senior Awards presentation on June 14th will bring our community donors and sponsors directly face-to-face with their senior honorees. All of this doesn't include our various Honor Society award nights, and of course, our last 2 spring concerts, Yearbook Day, Mercy Benefit, the prom, and graduation. Seniors, take in each day one at a time and enjoy the whirlwind tour. You deserve the accolades, you deserve the recognition, but most importantly, you deserve the memories that are about to be created. We'd like to thank the Board of Education for allowing us this important time this evening. We are glad all of you could be here to share in another great night at Whitman. And once again, congratulations, class of 2022. Have a wonderful rest of the night. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Malauros. Thank you all. What a wonderful ceremony. And we're going to take a break. Congratulations once again to our students, tenure recognition, and retirees.
we do apologize for the list. We ended a little too soon. We do have a very special recognition for those students who have proved how much they love Walt Whitman High School, as well as I believe you're honoring all the buildings. As well as all the other student government representatives for the tireless work they've done on a regular basis and have put so much time and energy into making not only Walt Whitman, but every building in this district a truly wonderful place. If it wasn't for our student leaders, we wouldn't have the wonderful events that we have. We have amazing staff that put it together, but it's the students who actually orchestrate everything that we do. It is their vision, it is their drive, it is their dedication that we truly respect and admire. And without our students, we really wouldn't be anything here. We wouldn't be here today. So we thank all of you for the tireless effort, the work, the hours you put in to making each building truly remarkable. So thank you very much. And to show our appreciation and to honor all the work you have done, Dr. Murphy and I will be presenting awards to all our student leaders in congratulations and a bit of gratitude for the work, the time, effort, and caring you put into each of our lives. So thank you.
We'd like to call first up our Silas Wood Principal to introduce the Silas Leadership Awards, Mr. Toto.
Good evening, Mr. Ciapetta, members of the Board of Education, Dr. D'Elia, Cabinet, parents, my Silas superstars, staff, and guests. I have had the great privilege of working alongside with Ms. Patino and Mrs. Zissel, our student council advisors, and our outstanding student council officers. I'm going to invite up right now our president, Lucas Atkins, our vice president, Janelle Castro, our secretary, Lauren Blackwood, and our treasurer, Jake Perlin. South Huntington's vision commits to providing a safe, respectful, and responsible environment where every student can learn and achieve success. This is something that Silas Wood Student Council officers, along with the dedicated Student Council representatives, their advisors, and all staff work very hard to achieve each year. It has been a year in which we have come together, supported each other, and moved beyond the school gates to make real connections with the South Huntington community. During the past year, these individuals have worked alongside me to create new experiences and played an integral role in helping to make Silas Wood such a great place to learn. Silas Wood was fortunate to have been led by such an amazing group of students, and I could not be more proud of them. Congratulations and good luck. You have a very bright future ahead of you.
Congratulations again to our Silas Wood leaders. At this time, I'd like to call up Mr. Kellerman to announce our Stimson Leadership Awards.
Good evening. I'm happy to be here tonight to celebrate all of our honorees, especially our students. Student government is a great opportunity to model the best that government has to offer when we work towards common goals. Our student officers truly work together to make their classmates' middle school experience a memorable one. And I'm sure it wasn't easy, but it was important work. So I'm here to say thank you and that your efforts were appreciated. So great job. Our 7th grade president, Jack O'Connor. Our 7th grade VP, Brianna Friedman. 7th grade treasurer, Michael Eastwood. And our our 7th grade secretary, Amanda Moffett. 8th grade president, Isabella Galindo. 8th grade VP, Joseph Carapazzo. 8th grade treasurer, Ryan Perillo. Last but not least, 8th grade secretary, Allison Palacios. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Kellerman. At this time, I'd like to call up some of our Whitman leadership students and their advisors. First is our freshman advisor, Ms. Christina Genza, to announce our freshman leaders.
Good evening. My name is Ms. Genza. I had the pleasure of being the freshman advisor this year. I was given the privilege to work with a fabulous group of students this year. These students should be particularly proud. They entered a new school in a year during a pandemic, and they accomplished great things. They ran tons of fundraisers. I am so proud of them. I want to call up my president first, Erin Conlon. Samantha Crichton, secretary. Jeremy Mejias-Canales, Vice President, and Harpreet Ritsu is my treasurer.
Thank you, Ms. Genza. At this time, I'd like to call up our sophomore class advisor, Ms. April Kaufman.
Nina, Eliana, Amanda, Courtney, and Megan. I'll make this short and sweet. Who runs the world? Girls. From driving you in the back of my pickup truck to Camp Alvernia fundraising, homecoming, and especially Teacher Frizzy, there is absolutely no doubt in my mind that each of these girls will run the world in their own unique way. Nina Thomas, class president. Eliana Kazin, vice president. Amanda Phelan, secretary. And not in attendance tonight, Courtney McGee, treasurer, and Megan Renkel, sophomore class.
Thank you so much, Ms. Kaufman, and congratulations to the sophomore class. I'd like to now call up someone who needs no introduction. That would be Mr. Goldman, our famous earth science high school teacher.
So a few weeks ago, we had the junior prom in the South Grand Ballroom, also known as the South Cafe, and there was a moment where I just looked out and everybody was dancing over the side, kids were talking and laughing. And I was like, these guys brought fun back to Whitman. They brought kids being kids and just good times and what this district embodies. And it was just such an amazing moment. And I'm glad I just stepped back and I saw that. And I owe it all to them. They planned it, executed it, and you know, I got so much great feedback from other students and parents. They're like, it was so great to see them dressing up and smiling again and just, you know, being kids and being human, and it was amazing. So thank you for a great year, guys. We have Ariel Neers, our president. We have Kate Buckshaw, our vice president. We have Secretary Alexa Dickiakos, who can't be here tonight. We have Treasurer Alex Bogdani. And we have our assistants, Vlad Gaberman, Sean Chaudhry, Shannon Sharp, who can't be here tonight, and Julia Dom. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you, Mr. Goldman. At this time, I'd like to call up Ms. Zainal to announce our senior leaders.
Thank you. All right. Good evening, everyone. So I want to say what a great year it's been. It was a year we brought back all our senior traditions, so that was really, really fantastic. We just got back from our senior banquet, and in the North Riston Syosset, supported by our two fundraisers, Senior Follies and the Lip Sync Battle. Both were amazing fundraisers, and as Mr. Goldman put it so well, brought fun back to Whitman. So, with a lot of laughs. But we're not done. Prom, yearbook day, and all these award ceremonies are on the horizon. And all of this would not have happened with this amazing group of seniors that I really enjoyed working with throughout the year. So with that, I'd like to call you up. Right now, Kevin Rankel could not be here tonight, class president. But I'd also like to share where they'll be going next year. So Kevin Rankel will be attending Notre Dame in the fall. So I'd like to invite our vice president down, Jason Parada. Jason will be attending RPI in the fall. Our secretary, Owen Conlon. Proud to say we'll be attending U.S. Naval Academy Annapolis. Who else do we have? We have Miss Alexander Fink, Allie Finn. Come on. Our class treasurer. She'll be attending SUNY Binghamton in the fall. Senior class officer, Kira Conlon, will be attending the University of South Florida in the fall. Alex Fullerton, come on down. Senior class officer will be going all the way to Ohio State in the fall. Our next senior class officer, Maria, or Feffy, will be attending SUNY Stony Brook in the fall. And last, not least, Mr. Jake McCloskey, class spirit coordinator. I don't know, what should we call you? Who'll be attending SUNY Oswego. Awesome. Thank you so much for everything you do. You guys truly kept the whole year going, and I really appreciate it.
Congratulations, senior class, and Ms. Zima. Last but certainly not least, I'd like to call up Ms. Rice and Ms. Boland to talk about our ESCO leaders. This is the group that keeps all 4 classes together at the high school.
Good evening. We are the advisors of the General Student Organization, and we are honored to present these awards to our 4 outstanding senior officers. Throughout the year, these girls went above and beyond to plan events such as Safe Halloween, Spring Fling, and the entire homecoming weekend that includes Carnival, Pep Rally, and the infamous Powder Puff.
These 4 girls really exemplify what it means to be a Whitman student. Their dedication, hard work, school spirit were evident throughout the year, and we're going to miss them so much. We're so proud of you, and we wish you the best of luck next year in college. Our president, Victoria Isernia. Vice President, Amanda Esposito. Secretary, Molly Dugan. And our treasurer, Angela Shedlow.
It's okay.
Thank you so much. Mrs. Ciapetta, Dr. Leah, thank you so much for the time to honor our senior leaders and all their outstanding efforts throughout the course and all the buildings of the school.
Thank you, Dr. Murphy. Thank you. I think we've completed all of our business for the moment. Anyone else? All right, we will now go into executive session. What? Okay. We will go into exec session. There we go. Okay. All right. We should set the balcony up there. All right. Good. All right. We finally get to the business agenda. I will take a motion to amend the agenda to add a Schedule 10 under L for personnel. Schedule 10. Is there a motion? Ms. Carey, seconded by Ms. Carroll. All in favor of amending the agenda? Any opposed? All right. Agenda is amended. Moving on to our regular business agenda. Take a motion to, motion to adopt items C through F, minutes and bills. Motion. Ms. Carey, seconded by Mr. Joyner. Any questions on C through F? All in favor? Any opposed? All right. We have two communications. We have a letter from Principal Costa of Auburn High School cordially inviting us to the Military Recognition Breakfast on June 6th, 2022 at 8 a.m., nice and early in the morning. And we have a letter also from, or invite rather, from, what it is, Maplewood End of the Year event on June 23rd at the Refuge. All right. Moving on to new business. New business item number 1 is the approval of an out-of-state day field trip. Is there a motion? Mr. Bronson, seconded by Ms. Meyer. Dr. Murphy?
Yes, this field trip is a proactive measure. We have had very success with our new flag football team. And if they go to the Long Island Championship, play in Long Island, it will be played in New Jersey. We want to be proactive.
Dr. Murphy, it's hard to hear you.
We want to make sure we have board approval for going to New Jersey if we go to Long Island Championship. And a microphone. You know how a microphone works?
All right, so to repeat, this is for a June 4th trip, out-of-state trip in the event, hopeful event, that the girls flag football team is playing in the Long Island Championships, and hopefully this is not a jinx. If it is, we'll blame Dr. Murphy.
Yeah, it's just a proactive measure to make sure that we have the proper approval.
There we go. Any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? The girls flag football team is doing very well. They remain undefeated. So hopefully they'll be in Jersey. All right, moving on to item number 2 is the approval of attendance at a Nassau-Suffolk School Board Association retirement party in the honor of Lorraine Dahler. Motion. Mr. Joyner, seconded by Mr. Bronson. Any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Moving on to new business item number 3 is the approval of a confidential data security privacy agreement. Is there a motion? Ms. Carey, seconded by Mr. Joyner. Dr. Steele?
Yes, we have an agreement. With Class Solver, which is a computer software program that can be used at the elementary level to create class placements, and we're looking to pilot this at Maplewood.
Okay, great. Any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? All right, moving on to new business item number 4 is the approval of the Arts Assessment Pathway Pilot Program. Motion. Ms. Carey, seconded by Mr. Bronson. Dr. Murphy, I'll turn this over to you. Hopefully your microphone's better.
I hope so too. All right, so this is Individual Arts Assessment Pathway. This is a new 4+1 program. A couple of years ago, the state found different ways for students to graduate high school without having to go through 5 Regents exams to get a Regents diploma. This is another way where students are able to go fine arts pathway and they're able to achieve a Regents diploma using this as one of their Regents exams.
Yeah, I think it's your microphone. I think we got most of it. All right, any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? All right, moving on to item number 5 is a confidential personnel resolution. Motion. Mr. Brunson, seconded by Ms. Meyer. This confidential personnel resolution has been discussed in executive session on multiple occasions, including today. Any questions on it? All in favor? Any opposed? All right. Moving on to item number 6, approval of an out-of-country field trip. Motion. Ms. Gary, second, Mr. Joyner. Dr. Murphy, hopefully we got a replacement mic for you.
Hello. All right, so this one, well, hopefully this one will stay working. So this is an out-of-country field trip planned for next April. This would be involving our medical classes, such as our new health classes, our anatomy and physiology class, where they would tour historic places, looking at how the birth of medicine, or modern medicine, through tours of England and Scotland, where they believe that the birth of medicine actually took place, or modern medicine took place.
Very cool. Does this have any protections in place as we're now seeing pandemic come back a little bit?
Yes, since many of these companies, since obviously the COVID crisis, they have literature in place on their contracts that say, and all students take out, or it's suggested and required that they take out insurance, just in case then we had to cancel a trip.
Questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Very cool. And have we done that trip before?
No, so far we've done trips to Italy, to Spain, we've done Alaska. This one is the first one that we have to England and Scotland.
Great. Was that Mr. Joy? Very cool, yeah, very nice. All right. Moving on to personnel, we have personnel schedules 2, 6, 9, 10 now, 11, 15, 16, 19, and 22. Is there a motion? Ms. LaCara, seconded by Mr. Joyner. Any questions on personnel? All in favor? Any opposed? All right. We made an addition there, and Schedule 10 was added, which is an additional tenure appointment to go along with others for tonight. And that tenure appointment is for Assistant Superintendent for Student Services, Ms. April Rapillo. Congratulations. Very good news. Congratulations to all of our tenure recipients, including Ms. Rapillo, who's been with us for many years and has always impressed us. All right. Information reports are listed. We have a congratulatory letter from the superintendent to Alyssa Houston on receiving the Girl Scout Gold Distinction Award. Very nice. Future meetings are listed. June 15th, last meeting, hopefully, of the 2022-2023 school year. Which we have a nice agenda scheduled. We will recognize outstanding employees with above and beyond awards, and recognize the person who sits to the left of me for her dedicated service to our school board, as well as some other recognitions. All right, comments by board members? All right, Dr. D'Elia.
Yes. Real quickly, I would just like to congratulate everyone tonight. This was an extremely special night. You know, I always think Teacher of the Year is the night of the year, but I think what we're doing here on a night like this really shows, you know, all the accolades from our teachers. A little bittersweet with retirements, obviously, you know, but when we talk about our students, you know, we see so much of civic responsibility, community involvement. That really touches a special place, I think, with all of us. And this was a beautiful night. Even when I mentioned earlier from the beginning, we were talking about the Festival of the Arts. It was some night. So Dr. Sophomore, your staff, everyone, Dr. Murphy, and everybody putting together a extremely special night here. And hopefully we get some good news in a little while too, as well. So I just want to say thank you to everybody involved in making this night a truly, truly enjoyable night. Really enjoyed it. Thank you.
We've got so much going on in our schools. We've had some great concerts, including last night, really talented young men and women. Just beautiful to see. Comments by ex officio student member, Mr. Connolly. Any comments? Very decorated today. You've got a lot of plaques and accolades.
Well, I really don't have much more to add today, just other than to echo the same sentiment by Dr. D'Elia to really say that the recognition of the really great faculty and students that we have here at the district is something that's great to see and something that I'm very proud to be part of. So that's all.
Great, excellent. And your grandmother's with us tonight, right?
Yes.
Yay, Grandma. You helped raise a very fine young man. We're very proud of him.
I'm going to pinch his cheek for you right
All right, voice of the residents. I think that's it. Take a motion to adjourn. Ms. Carey, second. Ms. Meyer and Mr. Bronson. Oh, actually, really not to adjourn. We have to certify the election results. So, take a motion to pause. All in favor? Any opposed? All right. Yep.
Voice of the residents.
All right. Okay, welcome back, everyone. All right, we will, actually, we don't have it on the agenda, so I'll make a motion to amend the agenda to add certification of election results as our motion. Ms. Carey, seconded by Mr. Scragg. We'll get to you in a moment. All in favor? Any opposed? All right, the agenda has been amended. Now I will take a motion to certify the election results, which include the board elections of myself to 3-year term, Mr. Biangasso to a 3-year term, and Mr. Scragg to a 2-year term, as well as the successful passage of the budget and successful proposition of the sale of 2 Melville and Central Field. Is there a motion to adopt the results? Ms. Carey, seconded by Ms. LaCara. All in favor? Any opposed? All right, with that, I will congratulate everyone on a very successful night. A great vote, good support from the community, and welcome our newest board member, Mr. Frederick Scragg V. Congratulations. Would you like to say anything?
I'm just thankful to be here, and how do I help?
Excellent. Excellent. Perfect. Any other comments? All right, take a motion to adjourn. Ms. Carey, seconded by Mr. Scragg. All in favor? Any opposed? Congratulations.
Take care. See you, Des.